Showtime feature presentation.
Hello.
Hey.
We're on opposite sides. I don't know what I did there.
Oh, do you want to switch us?
No, it threw me off.
Okay.
Hello, and welcome to After the Weekend. I'm R2, and I've got my good friend, JT Gunn here.
Yeah, how is everybody? Welcome to the channel.
Welcome. If you're new here, thank you for joining us. We review movies from our childhood, mainly the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah, and lately we've been doing mid-90s to 2000s with
yes.
some of our recent reviews.
I've been having fun with this.
Yeah, we wanted to do like a 4th of July type of reviews. So that this we did National Treasures, and we're also doing we also did The Patriot. We have some other ones lined up too, but we wanted to do something special for this video.
I feel like we kind of did this one because, can I tell everybody, you've got a little bit of a man crush on Tom Cruise. It's okay.
I do.
You do. It's fine.
I do. I mean, he's a fun. He could get a little kooky, but
yeah,
he hasn't gone kooky in a while, and he's fun. He likes to make good movies. He likes to make entertaining movies. He likes to listen to the fans.
He does.
I've been told that he can be kind of a hard critic on set, but he wants everything to be perfect. I mean, most of us perfectionists are that way. So he just wants to be that way. So.
Yeah, I've heard that he's got high standards, but I've also heard, I've known a few people that have met him in real life,
really?
Have encountered him, and everybody has said the same thing in the sense of that he is a very kind person. For being somebody who's, worth more than we'll ever be combined. Probably all our friends combined.
Wow. No high hopes there.
No. I'm realistic. But like he's very, very polite and humble though too, if he meets somebody. And I've never heard him kind of be like, do you know who I am? I am Tom Cruise. So
is that what you do when you walk around your kid's school?
No, but that's what my kid does to people who meet me. He's like, hello, this is my father, R2 from After the Weekend.
I mean, hey, it's your kid. He thinks high of you. So.
He is very proud of me in the show. Everybody, anytime somebody new comes over, he's like, hey, my dad's got a YouTube channel. Did you know that?
I'm waiting for whenever I come by him to tell me.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah. So if you're wondering what we're doing, I mean, it's not really a 4th of July movie, but we wanted to do Mission Impossible just because the newest version of it is coming out soon this week, and I'm a big fan of Mission Impossible 1. So I'm sure you are, Rick. So we just wanted to do this movie out of the blue, and hopefully you all get a kick out of our review and why we like this movie.
Did you see this in the theater as a kid?
I did.
You did? So I did not. I did not see this in the theater.
Okay.
I saw this on home video, and I kind of like half watched it, and I kind of was like, this was boring when I watched this as a kid. Now,
it is in the beginning there. It is a little spy-y, like kind of, not really high action, but once it kicks into gear, it goes pretty wild. Now, the reason why I was kind of intrigued by this movie, and I do vaguely remember this. I knew I knew certain character was going to die really quick. So spoilers for
Yeah.
everyone.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, I'll be honest, I really have not seen this movie in like 27, 26 years. And
Okay.
watching this the other night, man, I really liked it. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I had fun.
It's a good
Now,
movie.
it's the tone of this one though is so different from all the other ones though. That's really interesting.
Um, yeah. I mean,
But
it's kind of comparable to, maybe, like the tone of like Iron Man, like, right? It just kind of weren't
well,
what they had yet, but they wanted to do a good movie.
this was directed by Brian De Palma, who did Scarface and like The Untouchables. So he is not like an action director really. So I mean, I think that's why.
I mean, those movies are pretty action.
They're good movies, but like, but I don't really think of those like having like like epic action scenes. I mean, they have action scenes to them, but
Yeah. But yeah, because I'm a big fan of Emilio Estevez as well. And when I knew he
Mighty
wasn't
Duck
gonna,
Man.
yeah, he wasn't gonna last very long in this movie. I couldn't believe it. So
I know.
I had to.
I remember that
Yeah.
as a kid too. I was like, oh, I'm like, is he gonna be all right?
Yeah, I mean, it's sad, but it was interesting because he was even he was a big star at the time, and they kind of I never heard of that before. I've never seen that where they kill off a
Well, he
main
wasn't
character.
credited
For a main actor, a big actor. Yeah.
Yeah. This was kind of though towards kind of he was transitioning from being in front of the camera to behind the camera. He was really doing a lot of directing. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was fun seeing him.
Well, and he is friends with Tom Cruise, so I mean, I'm sure that was more of a, as like
Right.
Doing a favor for a friend. So
We've all been there.
oh yeah.
So the Mission Impossible, then it's a spy drama action. It's very high paced, similar to the National Treasure movie that we reviewed, where it just kind of gets into it, and you're just kind of on this roller coaster of stressful moments, and then so he's kind of a Byrne sort of undercover spy, if you want to say, where he's kind of like trying to figure out what happened and why his friends all got taken care, all got murdered, and it was like, and he's trying to figure out why or who done it, type of thing, and in the meantime, he's backstabbing pretty much everyone to get that answer.
Well, that was also like really, I think, kind of threw me off as a kid when I watched it too. Was I kind of it's kind of a dark movie, yeah, for the fact of spoilers. His entire team essentially gets killed.
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
first 20 minutes. And I just didn't see any of that kind of coming because, I knew a little bit about what Mission Impossible was, that, it's like the A-Team. It was kind of like the A-Team before there was the A-Team, where it was a team of spies. Everybody had their little special skill. So to kind of see the team get taken out, that was like real.
And yeah, and that's a pretty intense moment, right? Where they think they're all chill and having a good time, making fun of the coffee in the beginning, first scene,
Yeah.
and they seem very friendly, like they've been together for a very long time. And then all of a sudden, one by one gets taken out by whoever. They don't indicate that in the beginning of the movie. And Tom Cruise is kind of panicking. He doesn't seem like he's the man that panics, but he's kind of like, what is happening? And he's trying to stay kind of cool in the moment because he is a spy. I'm sure he's seen some other crazy things, but his friends are dying in front of him, and he doesn't know what to do. The scene where he, it all ends, and then he's like at the dinner table with the leader or his boss, and he realizes that he's kind of been taken advantage of, or like another team was there, and he starts doing the behind this, like the remembering of everybody. I thought that was a cool scene, and then he starts running out of the water that blows up in the restaurant. I thought that was fun.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't
But
be a Tom
it's
Cruise movie without him running.
without him running. Yeah, we need a video of him. We need a clip
Uh,
of him running.
yeah,
But yeah, he it just starts from the beginning. It's just very high paced, and and this poster, if you saw this in the movie theater, it was pretty. It was big,
yeah.
and it is right. It is the wildest movie ride of the year. It was everyone. It took everybody kind of surprised how
Well,
fun this was.
that
When I remember.
I was gonna say, like, that scene right there. That was the like the bullet time moment before Matrix came out. Like, this was like the scene like everybody spoofed for like a
Yeah,
couple years there.
yeah,
The
yeah,
whole him
yeah.
coming down in that, and it's kind of funny too, like watching it, like this movie too, kind of compared to like any of the other ones. Like, it's so low tech in comparison.
But the laptops in the movie are fun.
Well, no, not only that, but like, right. So when he goes down in the little harness and he's floating down, like, it's not even like where they have like some fancy like high powered magnets that they like, stick pulley system. It's just another guy up there, like his own strength holding him up.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
know, like, I mean, just like it's like that kind of
and,
stuff. Like, there was
and
nothing.
rats.
And rats.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I do remember that scene. When we rewatched it, I was glued to that scene again, even though I knew what was going to happen. It was just really fun because first he describes what they're going to do, and they kind of like do this like flash forward while he's talking
yeah,
about the attempt where he's trying to steal these files that have all their names on all these spies' names on them. And then uh, then you actually see him doing the final step, and that's him, hovering above. The best scene is when they got the guy sick, and he's like he thinks he's okay, and he's just like Ralphing and using
yeah.
the bathroom
They
wherever
got
he
like
goes.
the biggest nerd in the world too for that. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Well, one other thing too to kind of bring up, because you did kind of mention it, is like the old tech in this movie, like just how dated the technology is. Like, all the laptops have like such like huge bezels around the screen,
Hmm. Yeah,
and typical
yeah,
Hollywood hackers are using Apple computers, which they never
right.
would do. But one funny thing, and this is going to come back, but in the beginning too, the opening, the John Voight, who's kind of like the leader of the team, he gets the tape for his mission, and it's a Betamax on it. He's on an
Yeah,
airplane with a Betamax, but I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, is that a Betamax tape, or I'm like, is that like a high 8 tape? You know, because they were similar in size. That was, those tapes were around during that time too. And not only that too, like, yeah, he's like on like this nice airplane where it's got a little like monitor on the seat, and like
hmm
even then, like the cassette tape goes.
yeah.
That was pretty like cool. I'm like, I'd love to have been on a plane like that as a kid. Anyways, my rant's over.
Oh, it's okay. No, it'd be kind of funny that to go back and again like go pay like scene by scene. That's actually the fun part of the movie. You get to see those type of things that maybe most people that watch it now today would probably not know what they are if they weren't around. But reason why I have speaking of old school, this actually movie was based off two TV shows, a TV show, and there was a show that ran from 1966 to 1973, and then another one from 88 to 90. The same actor was in both shows, the main actor,
The old
but
man.
the old man, the gray hair. I've never seen this show. Don't know any not really more than that it was a
Well,
TV show. But I
well, I was
think
gonna say Spock was in the original show. You see him, he's on
yeah,
the far left there.
I see him there. And I'm not sure if like there's any connection to the movie to the TV show, like the characters. I doubt have the same names, but I
Um,
don't know. Do you?
no. I mean, if anything, well, right. So like Tom Cruise, he's the point man. He's the one who's kind of doing the majority of the work. So that was like Peter Graves' character, I want to say, but they're there's no name there. I mean, the other movies are probably closer to what we got with the TV show in the sense of like the whole team is working together. Where the first movie, the fact that like the team all gets killed was
Well, then he gets a new team. Tom Cruise gets a new team. So, and here's that new here is Tom Cruise's team. So, like we mentioned earlier in the video, there's the scene where Emilio Estevez is part of the team, and they're drinking the coffee and everything. But yeah, that's their team there, and then he gets, since his first team gets the 86th. He invites the two others up there. Now, you feel bad for him, but you're kind of glad that he found a team to help him that's not like against him. So
well, he goes and he hires because he's been disavowed at this moment.
Right.
The two survivors, and so he gets two more disavowed people.
So there's some similarities, right? They all kind of look cool. There's a lady. They look kind of spyish.
Like there's some similarities. There's a lady, a black guy.
They I mean, Tom Cruise though, he pulls off the leather jacket with the t-shirt a lot in this movie.
Yeah. Well, I feel like right there, Ving Rhames is trying to sell Jean Reno on Radio Shack.
Yeah,
he was a spokesperson for that.
He was the tech guy in the movie. So he was he was the one that wanted like the special laptops and the encryptions and all that. And if you look at the picture with Emilio, he was the data guy previously. And do you see those laptops on the table there?
Oh, I mean, they're bricks. I mean, utter bricks. You could knock somebody out with one of those.
Yeah,
and
it was like a VCR.
Yeah.
If you pull up my laptop right now,
I was gonna say going back one step, for anybody young watching this, when we brought up the Betamax tape, Betamax was the unsuccessful format that people watched home video on, which got beat by VCR, which is what we had before DVD and then Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Yeah, we never owned one. We just had a VCR.
My grandparents had a Betamax player.
Okay.
I don't remember like watching anything on it, but I do remember like why like the VHS tape won't fit in here. What's going on?
Well, think about it though. In the TV show, they probably didn't have any computers. They're probably old school spy work.
Oh yeah. I mean, that was all briefcases and radio tech.
Yeah. Now, like I said, I don't know if there's any similarities to it, to the TV show versus the team here. But if you can tell from the TV show and you can tell from this that Tom was always around a collective group of people that he enjoyed being around. He was like a really good team leader in this movie. But he was always on the lookout. Like, okay, what's happening next? I feel like that's kind of him in a certain way. He wants to surround himself with high qualified people to get the job done that he wants. So,
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe there's something real to that. Now
the one girl who survives, she is married to Jon Voight's character, and like I remember watching that as a kid. I'm like, wait, that like girl who looks like she's barely 21 is married to Jon Voight. Like,
yeah, that's a little creepy.
That made like the logic made like no sense.
Well,
but I mean, like there was no like you kind of saw that there was like chemistry between her and Tom Cruise, but like not him. Like it would have been more believable if that was.
Yeah, but she was faking it.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, if it was Emilio Estevez's wife, I would have bought that more than Jon Voight's.
Yeah. I think she was really faking it though. So maybe she was really laying it on thick to make sure it worked.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So we're gonna do what we always do, where we do the numbers and we'll go over the box office and the budget. So what was the budget and what was the box office again? When we used to live stream, the chat would tell us what those numbers are. So you can pause the video and don't jump ahead, and you can
Pause.
leave a comment.
Yeah, pause and throw it in the comments. Yeah,
And while you're at it, hit the like button.
I guess I'll give one little hint. Like, this was a case of when I was like looking this up and everything. I'm like, none of this surprised me. This was all like, yep, that seems real fitting.
I would assume since it's Tom Cruise and it was like in kind of the peak. Well, he's still kind of in the peak of his career, I guess, but he's a big time movie star. He's a super movie star. So I'm assuming it's got to be.
When I was doing research, it was cool because I was able to find not only production dates but filming dates. But
okay, so this was produced February through November of '95.
Yeah,
and it was released in '96. So I'm thinking at least a little over $100 million for the budget.
And this movie had a fair amount of not only practical effects but also CGI for the time. Now,
yeah,
I will say,
I'm thinking that water he ran through wasn't real.
Yeah, that was probably a mix of it. Watching it, like you can tell, like what's CGI. At the same time, for how much they used it and like where they did it, it wasn't too bad. I mean, there was a few times where like, okay, that's real video gamey, but at the time, it was way impressive.
Yeah, what the scene with the helicopter going through the tunnel. I mean, that comes to mind, but that still looked cool.
Like the cockpit, right? He's in is all practical, and then it's like the back of the helicopter that you kind of see going back and forth. Like that's where it's a little
wonky.
Yeah, it's a little animated.
So let's see if anybody was right. If you
yes,
now if you paused, now you're back.
Yeah.
So we got I was off by a few there. So it's 80 million for the budget in 95 compared to 159 today in 2023.
I would say it's nuts that's nearly doubled.
Yeah. And then the box office, so they made a pretty good chunk of change in the 90s there. And again, this would almost been almost $1 billion movie today, which is kind of on par for him. Even today, Top Gun was over $1 billion. People are estimating that even MI7 is going to be close to or over $1 billion. So I mean, this has got to be spot on to what he's always done. So
yeah, I did not look it up, but I mean, this was definitely
money
top 5 films of the year for sure, if not top 3.
Yeah,
because we also had Independence Day came out this year, and I'm trying to think what else came out in '96 that was real big. That's the only other thing that comes to mind that was like, probably a massive film.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, we do a segment on that.
Yeah. But I'm just saying though, like for like the whole year overall.
Over a year. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what I mean.
I mean, 96. I think you had Independence Day in there, so I'm sure that was. I think that was 96 or 95. So.
Yeah. No, it was 96. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to think of like other big films from '96 that came out, but like that were like not just movies that came out that were good or popular, but like massive blockbuster. And I can't think of anything else that comes to mind.
Well, let's see what was in the theaters, and maybe that will give us an idea. Since you were talking about it, so we'll just get into it. So you have Twister, you have Flipper. Sure, that was a big blockbuster. And then I see I did like The Craft. That was a fun one. Braveheart.
Craft.
Really?
Yeah, I never watched it.
Yeah, it's just about 3 ladies girls, teenagers that want to be witches.
Big flick.
Yeah, but it's like Mean Girls with potions. You have Braveheart there. That was a big movie. Executive Decision. That was on there. So yeah, I mean, these are some good movies.
Even
Again,
let's say looking at it like The Birdcage with Robin Williams. I mean, that had been out for a while, but that had done
a good job. Yeah.
nearly 120 million there.
But
So
this thing, it looks like it was a week after Twister, and it still couldn't beat Twister. So
so
apparently,
keep in mind
everyone.
this is the 17th. So this is the previous Friday to Thursday, because this came out on a Wednesday, May 22nd. So, and then it was leading into Memorial Day weekend. So right here, that's only 2 days.
Oh, okay. Well, it's kind of like this year. They're releasing the 7, like in the middle of the week. It's weird. So maybe we'll get the same amount of views as they did. They will on their movie, on our video.
Yep.
That'd be cool. But no, a lot of good films during this time. So yeah, there you go. I mean, Braveheart was fantastic. So I'm sure that made a good amount of money too. So now we're going to take a little break here and kind of go over one thing that we have. If you want to help support the channel, we have t-shirts at mixtees.com. Our friends over at Popcast run this website. And if you put in the URL there, after the weekend /logo or -logo, sorry, you can take 20% off and get a discount with the code ATW20. And it'd be great if you can buy a t-shirt or a hoodie. And our friends over the Popcast that helps them out too. Like I said, they run the store. And there's other friends of ours out there. The Salty Nerd, Joker Voice is on that as well. So yeah, grab a bunch of shirts.
Say even a big channel like Nerdrotic, I believe he does. They do all of Nerdrotic's merch. So
yeah, they're on there too. So, and maybe one day, Late Night with Cap will be on there too. We're trying to figure it out. So Mission Impossible, just a all around fun movie. But you do have some here's some more scenes or clips from the him at the computer there.
So spoilers, when his team's getting taken out. One, I was so surprised who the actress was, because I was like, oh man, she looks so familiar. And that brunette was Kristen Scott Thomas, who she was in a fairly not, I think, like blockbuster film, but she was in The English Patient. That was like a big drama that came out. I think 95 or 96. I think that was like the Academy Award winner for the year. But like, I was very surprised that she was like one of the team people. She gets stabbed, and he finds the knife. And I remember that knife. I was like, that thing has like the biggest set of scales on that knife. It was so huge. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, that looks like something that somebody bought in a gas station.
Wow.
And, well, I was going to say, I looked it up for a while. You had to create an account to do it, so I wasn't going to do that. But like a couple of years ago, that knife sold on an online auction. Somebody had it. And
that's a fun little detail.
Yeah, because I was like, who made this like wonky looking knife? And it was custom for the movie. Why they made such a big handle on it, I don't know. It was a Microtech blade with custom scales for the movie. But I remember seeing Jean Reno. He pulls it out. And I'm like, that's the exact same knife. And I'm like, that must have just been a really lazy armorer who didn't have another knife to give the guy. They just used the same one all over again.
Yeah, hey, no one's going to notice. That's a cool fun fact. And we actually, to kind of wrap up the video, we do have some other fun facts on Mission Impossible. Since you're the fact dude. The fact dude, not the fat dude. The fact dude.
I am trying to not be the fat dude anymore around here. I am down 18 pounds. Thank you very much.
No, that's really good. That's really good. So, I'll let you lead in with the trivia here, the fun facts, and kind of.
I couldn't find a whole lot, but everything that I could find wasn't too bad. But while filming the famous scene where Tom Cruise drops from the ceiling and hovers inches above ground, Tom Cruise's head kept on hitting the floor, which I wish there were deleted scenes of that. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Until he got the idea to put coins in his shoes for balance. I thought that was
okay.
interesting thing. I wonder
So
how
he wasn't that acrobatic to
yeah,
be that way.
I want to know how many nickels or quarters it took to balance a Tom Cruise out. Uh, the trick with the disappearing and reappearing CD that Tom Cruise does to fool
Oh
John
yeah, that was a
Wayne.
fun scene when he was like, "Here is," that was always fun.
Not a camera trick or visual effect, but genuine sleight of hand trick, which was real impressive. I mean, I assumed he was truly doing that trick too, just because of how fluid it was, and it never looked like it was like a CGI disc in his hand.
So it was just a sleight of a hand trick.
Yeah. So I mean, they probably brought somebody in to teach him all that, I assume.
Well, that's pretty cool. Hopefully, he still knows how to do it.
So not only is this the only film in the franchise where Ethan Hunt doesn't fire a gun, it's the only one not to have shootouts or gunfights, which is true.
Oh yeah, you're right. There isn't. It's all I'll take you out with a train, helicopter,
Yeah,
elevator.
I mean, there's like one moment, yeah, she talks about like, which was not very accurate because she said you have 75 rounds for your HK, but the SIG we only have 20 rounds, which why she didn't say we have 75 rounds of 45 and 20 rounds of 9mm. It's Europe though. You can't go.
Who knows?
You can't go to the sporting goods store and just buy ammo there. So got to conserve that stuff. Producers cast Ving Rhames as Luther because they felt he was the opposite of what a hacker normally looks like.
And that, I mean, it's true. Most people think hackers look like the movie Hackers. So, which we should review that. We should review that movie. But yeah, when they introduced him as the hacker, I didn't expect it. Now, I said Charlie Sheen. Now, Emilio Estevez, he does kind of look like what you think what a hacker would look like in this movie.
Yeah, kind of. He wasn't, until he put on those glasses with the giant lights on him, he wasn't that nerdy.
Hey, some of us nerds can look kind of cool. And then what's the last one there?
The last one was my favorite. This was the last motion picture from a major studio to be released on home video on Betamax.
Well, there you go. That's some cool facts.
Which is why I think it was so prominently displayed in this film.
Yeah. Do you remember Laserdisc?
I do. I did not have a Laserdisc because those were like so expensive. But I remember like going to the mall and going into Suncoast and they would sell them.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember my elementary school had like 2 Laserdisc players, and it was like, oh, we got the Laserdisc. We're gonna watch.
Yeah, I remember Laserdisc. We know what we should do one time, and maybe if you think we should do this, we should do like one of our Saturday stream. We should talk about all the different types of ways you could have watched the movies in the back in the day.
Well, and this is slightly off, but I want to say this was like in '98. Panasonic came out with like the first or one of the first portable DVD players. It was like $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow I convinced my dad to get it for an airplane trip. And you talk about a brick. Like, I mean, the player itself was a brick, and it was an actual DVD player with a screen. But then like the battery on it on the back was like
pretty thick.
I wish I had something to describe it. Yeah, it was like just massive on the back. It was like so high tech though. It was like the coolest thing in the world having a portable DVD player.
No, I wasn't lucky enough of that. My dad had the TV, like the portable TV with the antennas, the little ones.
I had.
So, anyways, I mean, if you're a fan of spy flicks, if you're a fan of Tom Cruise, if you're a fan of just any action movie in general of the 90s.
If you like Emilio Estevez cameo films.
Yeah, we definitely give this one a it's a very good movie. Definitely rewatch it if you haven't seen it in a while. And if you have never seen it before and you're doing like a binge watch of Mission Impossible for the new movie, please do. It's up there.
I do want to say, like, right now at the time of this, and I think because the new movie's coming out, because I went and I bought all 6 films.
Wow.
I got them for $30 on Vudu, not a sponsor of the channel.
And now they're all on. They're all being streamed for free.
Oh, are they? On what? I didn't see they were streaming for free anywhere.
Oh, I thought I saw them.
Okay.
It's like the live stream video.
I was like, hey, $5 a movie, you can't beat that.
That's good. Well, now you can watch anytime you want. So.
My kid was like, why are there so many of these films?
Well, wait until we review, like Fast and the Furious. I mean, holy cow!
Oh my god,
they're up to like almost 10. All right. Well, again, always fun talking to you about some of our old movies from the back of the day. And remember, everyone, since this actually, I think this video is going to be a special one. It's coming out around time of the new movie, so around Wednesday. It's probably Wednesday right now as you're watching it. And remember, Saturday, we will be back live, but we're doing our Weekend Harder stream. And if you don't know what that is, I'm going to give you a little. Well, I thought we had it. Do we not have it anymore?
No, you know what?
Well, there we go, folks.
Wait. You can delay them for a minute. I can fix this.
What are we doing here? Doody. All right, I got something for it.
It's coming out.
Damn it! Why did you have to say that on air? Now R2's never gonna let me live it down.
Exactly. It's processing. It just takes
okay.
People.
We have another word from another sponsor.
Prune candy.
Now, do you want to tell them what we have coming up next?
Sure. We're reviewing. I don't know exactly they're coming out, but we are reviewing The Sandlot. It's on another summer movie, and then Independence Day. We're saving that one as well for the month of July. So that's fun. So, okay, now we can do this again.
Okay.
So now we're going to show you what we're doing this Saturday, actually.
All right.
On the 15th, and yeah, like they said, Saturday nights will never be the same.
Switch me on.
Weekend Harder.
I think he can hear you, right?
Don't move. It won't hurt you.
Hey, bro. I'll make an easy $200. Is this like a thing? Weekend Harder. Oh, yeah, it's guy. Yeah, what's up? What do you need?
Behold. My stuff.
Weekend Harder.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together. Have a few laughs.
Well, I'm excited to finally get back to live streaming with you on Saturdays. It's always a good time, and we appreciate everyone in the chat that comes by. Hopefully, we see you there. Anything else you want to add about the movie Mission Impossible?
I mean, I did. I loved it.
Always loved it.
For as long as it's been since I've watched it. Now, I haven't seen all of them either, too. I've seen.
Yeah, either have I. So
I've seen like the second and the third one, and I think that's it.
yeah. I've seen. I don't know if I've seen Ghost Protocol. I think that's the only one. All right, well, everyone, thanks again for watching us. We appreciate all your support, and then share this with your friends. Hit like, subscribe, buy yourself a T-shirt. It'll be fun. All right, see you next
Treat
time
yourself.
on. See you next time on After the Weekend. Bye.